I don't know. Maybe goat's milk will make cake taste different. We'll find out in 118, I guess.
Oz?
Hey, Nether Oz.
Don't hey Nether Oz me. You left me stuck on that train since last episode. Neither of you shall pass.
Until the train comes.
What? Oh, you haven't seen the last of me!
Why didn't you get off at the station?
There was a station?
Well, no, I did think about adding one, but wasn't really one in the Lord of the Rings book, you know, and I was
Well,
trying to go...
baby, now we got bad blood.
Okay.
You know, it used to be mad love.
I don't think we ever had mad love.
So take a look at what you've done.
Just go, please.
'Cause, baby, now we got bad blood. Hey?
Now we got problems. OzsomeFun! What is up, dudes, dudettes, and dudes who defy description? And a hot, toasty, warm welcome back to another episode of OzsomeFun in Minecraft with me, Oz. It's so nice to see you here again. We are at the Mines of Moria, where we, in our last episode, turned this giant hole in the ground into something really special from the Lord of the Rings. So do go back and check that out. But today, we're doing something a little bit different. So let me show you what I've got in mind. If we give ourselves a nice bird's eye view, you can see that we have successfully... Something obviously got stuck in a minecart on the tracks after Nether Oz must have escaped from last episode. Anyway, so yeah, we've completed this area. So our whole area here, this is the bit we did before that, and below us is the area we did this giant. I love this, the giant airship. And of course our iron factory underneath. So we've completed all that, and before that we did our road here, and we connected this road all through our entire builds. We put in this really nice bridge. We have done a lot around this area. So now what we have to do is a lot of terraforming, which is great because I really love that. So we have got a big area to do. From the back of Space Mountain, where we've got this bridge here, this is fine down here. Probably around here at the Lord of the Rings area, we want to embed these trees better into the stone as well. Maybe switch out this granite for something else. And I'm thinking about doing some kind of sort of polluted theme for this bank of the river on this side here because of all the factories working away on the other side there. We might also polish a little bit up of this mountain on which my house does sit upon. Then if you come around here, we've got underneath the bridge to sort out here as well, where we've still got torches. Our goal is to get rid of all the random torches that are lighting up this world and properly replace them. So yeah, if we swim around here, we want to do something nice underneath. And while we're here, why not take a look at this awesome... I just never get sick of this design. I think the best part of my bridge is the part you never really see. The part underneath, it looks so cool. So yeah, this is my little fishing hut that's been here for 2 years, where we can do a little bit of fishing. So we've got this area to polish up a bit. Here's our old zero tick XP farm that doesn't work anymore. We also have to sort out the big major bit here. Now this is the bottom of Tower Records. If you have a look, to fit Tower Records on, I had to quickly extend some of the terrain, and it is such a mess. Been waiting for a long time to fix this. So we need to fix this. We need to try and dig this out here, make it look kind of like it's hanging on the edge of a cliff. I think we've got all this bit around here to do, as well as all this bit here, and then we'll have to deal with the lighting up of this river. That's quite important if we ever use the drowned farm up in the air. So we've got quite a big chunky bit to do. So I think the first thing we need to do is hit some fast forward and start tearing into this. Before we add anything, let's try and make what we've got here more natural all the way around. So let's grab them dirt blocks and get placing. Alright. This is looking much better, much more interesting, much more dynamic. Now, I know what you might be thinking as well. Oz, it also looks like a total freaking mess. And you would be right as well. Things can be beautiful and can be a total mess. At least I like to think that is true for myself. Right, and so we do have a lot more work to do here. We're going to add some proper curvature into this, but because it's a big job and it's can be draining to do, don't want to do it all in one go. Let's put a pin in this and jump over here and start working on some little bits over here so we can start to make little bits of progress and feeling good. So we're going to work on this area from the edge of the Misty Mountain here all the way around until we reach the edge of here. So let's do it step by step. First off, let's replace all the granite, diorite. Let's get them replaced and let's hide this bit here. Amazing caves and ravine. A lot of that is now incorporated in the thing that I must have put there ages ago as a aid memoir for myself. Let's tidy up that, hide that, and we can replace all the diorite and other things with andesite and maybe like coal ore and some other ores and things like that instead. And let's try and get a little bit more curvature into this bit at the bottom. So let's do that right now. And there we go. Subtle changes, but nice. I like the ores. Ores are such a nice block to add some color and excitement into mountainous builds. And we even got a little bit of sneaky emeralds going on at the top. A little spray of emeralds going on up there as well. Just did some basic tidying up as we go around. And then if you come around here, you can see that I didn't quite go for doing a massive thing of making it curvature there. Just made it a little bit more dynamic and a little bit more interesting. And of course, you can see we've replaced out everything we needed to. Now, just before the beautiful sun sets, let's have a look at the next thing we're going to do. We're going to turn the entrance and exit to the slime farm, which is here, into something that needs some kind of doorway, basically. So I'm going to go have a sleep and get on with that. I love it. Isn't it cool? A nice little stone stair that leads us up to the entrance to the House of Slime. My favorite thing has to be this slime mini block on top of that post as a little doorway. And of course, this is where we can come out and enter our slime farm. Although, to be honest, after the first double chest of slime blocks, I never really need it anymore, even though the entire farm is full. And I think most of it just gets spat into the cacti. And of course, here's our little place where we can look and occasionally see slimes getting mooshed. So I'm super happy that we got that and we can head back out. And next what we want to do is, how the slime farm actually works is, here's our Ninja Turtle sewer. And you can see that the slime shoots out and it gets swallowed into there and it gets sorted over there. So I want to use a similar process here where stuff gets shot out and recycled. But over here where we have... always need black dye. This. So here we have our iron factory. So I think at the bottom of this, I want to put in some kind of pipe, not nearly as big as that one, just something small and subtle, that like shoot out maybe little iron nuggets as if it's like little pollution coming out of here, and then it'll just get recycled and spat back out again. So let's add that. And I'll show you, first of all, I'll put it in and figure out the mechanism for it all first. It is in place, so down from the iron farm is some of the byproduct. So as I say, this is just the making sure it works. I mixed in iron nuggets with a bit of soul soil, so it gives it a bit of kind of waste look, and it just kind of loops around every few seconds. A little bit comes out. You might be wondering who this is. This is just a poor zombie villager turned up, so I had to help them. That took a little bit of time, but it's very simple, yeah. So just hoppers here that collect it. There's a hopper line. It feeds all the way around there into a dispenser. It detects when something's in it. It fires it out, and it shoots it down here. So that is the basic design. It's a cool little, another bit of movement in this build, along with the piston feed tapes, the golems falling down, and now we've got these byproducts here as well. But we need to make this not just look like that. We need to make it matching with the industrial feel. We now have a nice and simple drain with our farm waste coming out. Oh, hey Donatello, it's nice to see you. So if we try and get a bit of a higher angle, climb up on here, you can see what we've gone for. Nice and simple. It's just a kind of U shape with the slabs. We've added a bit of the smithing tables underneath there to give that a bit of darkness. We put some slabs along the top there to give a bit more depth behind the bar. But just a pretty simple, cool little feature to add something else into here. Now our next task is over here, these beautiful big trees. If you remember, we built this in our last episode when we built the Mines of Moria. And this is where you access the Elvish Gate, the Doors of Durin. And here we have the Doors of Durin themselves, where you must speak friend, the magic password, in order to enter. So what we have to do with this is we build the trees and they look pretty cool, but I wanted to work on embedding the trees even in a better way than they are so far. I just did it briefly in the last episode, but I want to do it more thoroughly now. And so the idea is to make the trees be a bit more petrified. Now, I don't mean the whole tree is petrified. I just mean the sort of roots of slightly petrified. And how I'm planning to do that is by using the bubble and the tube coral once it's dead. And so you can mix that in. It gives us a transition between the stone, the andesite, and the actual tree itself. So we can do stuff like this. Take that out. Where's the other one? Dead tube. And start to layer this through. And it just, because it's more of a living texture, it blends in better with the trees as well. So I'm going to mess around a bit of that. I've got all of the different things for making the trees. And we can even, of course, add in a little bit of this action when it dies as well, because I do enjoy that too. So it's time to petrify some trees. Isn't it lovely? So we've just gone ahead, we've added in our kind of coral transition at the bottom, and then the main thing I've done that I think gives it good, maybe if we come down here, we can see it, oh yeah, we can see even better here as well. I've tried to give it a bit more depth, and I've done that by punching out a lot of blocks behind, like this, see, so bit here, bit of this, whoa, zombie, hopefully I haven't created enough places for zombies by doing this. Oh, no, I can't see it, but yeah, a lot of depth here behind, and that gives it a bit more sort of three-dimensionality when you look at it from afar. And yeah, this is really nice. So this is looking great. We start around here, we've got our nice doorway, our ores that are going up in here, our lovely thing here as well. Then if we come down, we've got a much cooler and more interesting bit with, of course, our waste pipe spewing out waste from the factory every so often. So it's time now, I think, to twist around and complete underneath the bridge. There shouldn't be too much to do here. I'm just going to maybe carve away at this to help this edge stand out a bit here. Take out some of these other colours here. And, of course, do what we can to get rid of all of these torches, for sure. And I did give the farmer, well, not farmer, novice fisherman, Pedro, a name and a place to live here in my fishing hut that I created when I very first started the world. So yeah, we'll tidy up this area here as well, and I think we'll do something neater with this old area here. This was, of course, many moons ago, an AFK fish farm when such things were possible. So this is where I spent many an AFK hour working away. And is there anything left? No, it's all long been... Oh no, there is some things still left. Oh, it was so OP. It was awesome. And this was also where AFK'd while I was there fishing, and this was, of course, our creeper farm that we can see here too. Creeper farm in action. Where's the cats? Oh, they're buried in the wall. I was like, I can't see them. It's because they're hidden in the wall. But yeah, we've got the creeper farm here too. So we'll lower down this entrance and expand out the river below as well. So it's time to not be AFK, but be, well, present, PFK, present for killing. No, present at keep, PAK, no, okay, I'll just work on this. Alright, so I have been carving into this mountain and we've got a much more interesting shape here, a little bit of inletting there, and we've even got a really funky cave. going on into here. Obviously, we still got fine details to put in, but that is definitely looking a lot better underneath and supporting the bridge. And now the time has come to bite the bullet and return to where... Oh, look who likes the mountain. How do you get all the way over there? This is your house. I give you a nice house for the place. He loves to swim. Loves to swim. Sleepover! You snore real bad, buddy. I love closing the door in their face. Right, so what we're doing now is, yeah, we've done this bit, so now we're coming back to biting the bullet and returning to what we did at the start. So at the start we ripped into this, and as we said, it was a bit of a mess. But now I've come along and used some netherrack to put in the shape that we're going to try and work into this. So I love this angle here. This shape here is looking really cool down the side. We've got another one on this side. Let's fly, actually. Be easier. So yeah, looks real nice from up here. This shape looks. I hope the actual thing does too. So shape there, we've carved one into there, and we can sort of work between these two. We've got another one here, so we just gonna have to work that curvature in there as well. We've got another one on the edge here, so we can come down, and I think this will have to come like not just there, but kind of up that way as well. Give us some nice angle there. No swimming here without a permit. Right, and then we've got another one over on this side here. And then finally, quite a steep one over on this edge here to help us build round. Now, I've never done this before, and how I did this was using Plots Modeler, which I'll share, and kind of doing a little measure. So this measure here would be like 4 or 5 here, and then like maybe like 12 or 14 or 15 down the way, and then into Plots Modeler you do a kind of ellipse shaped maybe 30 or 29 or 31 by about I don't know, like double that, so like 7 or 9 or other things, and then that'll give you a really cool kind of curve, and you just can draw these curves. So this is a new kind of idea I've had for how to terraform, so hopefully it will give us a guide. Looks still got a lot to tear out, but I think this is going to be fun. But you know what we got to do now? It's time to hit fast forward. That is much better. Really, really nice shapes, interesting shapes, and it just feels so much better looking towards Tower Record now. And we've done so much as well. Some of it was harder to see on the time lapse, like we've widened the river significantly. I put in a lot of the kelp, not just for decoration, but also there was a lot of messed up water, and now I think I've pretty much fixed it all, just apart from I ran out of kelp at this section here, so we'll need to come back and sort some of the water there, but pretty much looking really good. We've also added a lot of sea pickles and added that and replaced the kind of ocean, the sea lanterns even that were there before, so it looks a lot more fitting. Because remember that this area is in shadow from the drown farm above there too, but also there is a creeper farm inside Tower Records as well, so we have to make sure this area remains lit up. But this is just 100 times better. The shape and everything on it is really cool. We've got some hidden lighting within the cliff itself, and that's to just stop things again spawning and then dropping down and falling down, and it creates lots of interesting, I think, lighting. So let's come over and have a look at it here. It makes it really interesting the way it's lit, and I love the extra darkness that you get under there. And then of course, as we come round to Jurassic Park, we've got this quite steep angle here where it joins into the cliff. So what are we going to do now? Now we've done this, spent a lot of time on this. I think I could spend another 4 weeks alone on this cliff. It's so much fun, and you could just keep going forever with these types of things. But let's fly on over to the start of where we've been working on, and we can think about the final things that we're looking to do here. So if we start out, start from this end here. I think what I want to do is this bit here is a little bit messy where we've got the turtle sewer and the slime farm entrance. So this section here I think might be nice to put a tree that fills this bit in here, and that looks good because I think when you see the suspension bridge there and that behind it is good. So if we just put something here, that sort of puts a definitive end to this area. Then as we come around, I think the next main area where I'd like to do something is over here on this patch of ground. It would be nice to have like a bench here so you could sit, because a lot of people who work nearby here, you know, we've got the androids who work in there. We've got the stone bots who work over there. The miners in the mines of Moria, if anyone dares to do that. You know, the people in Tower Records, the Ghostbusters, they all might want to come and sit here and have their lunch. And this is quite a cool view of Tower Records, watched down at the river and the cliff. So I think it would be nice here. And then I would maybe put a bench and then a tree on either side, but some quite small, quite subtle trees, because we don't want them to block out the view of Tower Records completely as well. So that's another main area to work on there. Then Tower Records itself, it's been quite tricky, right, to do this edge, make this look kind of natural on the edge here. I don't think it looks too bad when you look at it from here, but you can't really go any higher. As soon as I place a block higher than this, the cliff begins to look weird, like weird that it's overwhelming or like upstaging this build itself. So you can't really come any higher than that. And the same, I want to maybe, I don't know, put some plants or something around there, something to spice it up, but well, it's tricky. We'll have to think carefully about how we're going to do that as well. So we've got around the edge of here to do as well. And I think that really kind of leaves us maybe some final detailing. It would be good to add a little bit of more interest here. I know it's a shame that we're not yet in the 118 universe because we've got a lot of things like dripstone and calcite and all kinds of other interesting blocks and colors that we could use. We've got, you know, different hanging glow berries and glow lichen and other good cliff stuff that we could stick on the side. So we'll have to find some kind of little bits of interest, just a few subtle bits of detail around the cliff as well, just to break up the visual of it a bit more. So a few things to do. Now, some of it I'm sure we can see in fast forward mode. Some of it we won't. So let's see how much of it we get in the time lapse. And anything we miss, I'll show you afterwards. Awesome, we have finished all of our terraforming. Now, of course, it was the two trees that worked out best in the time lapse, and all the other little details, well, I'll show you them all now. But we start here at this edge of where we've been working, underneath the bridge here behind Space Mountain, on the edge of Misty Mountain here, where we've got this nice tree that we've added in here. You saw that I basically did it by designing a circle at the exact height I wanted it at. So it's designed to be viewed exactly from here. So it kind of, you have this in the foreground and then the bridge and then the lava ice cano behind there. So that looks really cool. Lots of little details in here as well. A couple little plantage, some lightage and other deets going on there too. Then of course we had our entrance to the slime farm. That's really great just to have something here. To get into the house of slime, and we can see slime often gets stuck in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle sewer there. Then if we come along the edge, we have added more details like buttons and lighting and a little bit more of our dead plants around here too. I also added a whole bunch of different fish that I went out and caught from beside the Oceanic Aquarium. You can see some of them there. We'll see them as we go around. Then of course we have our beautiful trees, which we have helped to embed there and add a bit of three-dimensionality to the edging of it there. Really embed them in for our secret doors of Durin behind there. Then as we come along, we do of course have our thing. I'll need to set up. I turned it off whilst I was going back and forth, so I didn't just pick up all the items. So you just do it like this. Okay, in the hopper, go 1, 2. Hopefully the fishes don't eat it. Hey! That's funny. Right, let's go past before we catch any of it. So we've got a whole bunch of fish here going on. This is much smoother, the way we come around here. I threw this guy in a boat because he kept going up the hill and not going beside his house. So him and Donatello are hanging out in our boat here. Then inside our little cave here, I've added in some vinage coming down the side, some detailing. And in here you can see we've gone for a bit of a pirate theme. So in the chest, there's actually some pirate treasure and compasses and things like that. And someone's obviously tried to dig it up, but they did not survive. And we've got a little treasure map there as well. I'm not sure if it's night or just because dark, because we're under here. Also added a bit more flowerage and treeage, well, detail, bushage on that side, a bit on this side too. And on the edges here, got a bit more of this sugarcane stuff, some of these red bushes here, the yummy berries, what do you call these? Sweet berries. More fishes under here. We also added, I just put the vines in strategically low areas, so it'll kind of grow up as if it was like real lichen or moss or seaweed or something like that. So I think that's really nice. Now as we come around to the edge here, can think that brings us to the end of our low detail, and now we can go high. First, let's have a sleep. And time to check out things from a bit higher up. So around the edges of here, we've put around some grass, some flowers, and some ferns, just to give this a bit more of an interesting edge and not such a sharp edge. So we've done this all the way around the edge of Tower Records. And of course, a little bit over here too. But my favorite bit that we've done in the terraforming is right here on the edge of this bridge. This tree is a wonderful tree. Oh, look, McBacon is even going to enjoy the swing that I installed too. So we just gave this as a little bit of detail to fill in a blank area that existed here just on the edge of the bridge. And now we've got this really lovely area. A tree I'm really, really happy with. It's kind of the tree I was trying to make in a previous build and it didn't quite work out, but this one worked out great. McBacon loves it. And this is where we can stand here and look at it. And we added other little details like mushrooms and cobwebs, things into here just to give a little bit more life, along with all of our fishes. And yeah, it's really lovely. So this terraforming is complete. And what is really cool is that means that we are pretty much done with everything that was undone in the world. So all of this we did today, but this means that the world from all the way here, all the way from this end right to the other end of Route 66, way over there far in the distance, everything is complete. There's no random torches, there's no unfinished areas. All of it is done. And so we've only got a very few things to do before it's time to head on our way to the world of 118. I'm super excited about it. But sadly, we have reached the end of today's episode. I hope you had a good time. I, as always, loved spending this time with you. I look forward to seeing you next time for more awesome fun in Minecraft. And as always, have fun building, and I'll see you in the next one. Say bye-bye, McBacon.
So this is where you've been hiding all episode.
Holy hot dogs, McBacon, let's bail.
Band-aids don't fix bullet holes.
There are no bullets in Minecraft.
Probably a mod. He's just a vanilla snob.